Most manipulators don't yell, they ask. Calm questions that twist your thoughts and make you doubt yourself. Have you ever said yes to something that felt wrong, but you couldn't explain why? Like your heart said no, but your mouth said yes? I've been there too. You try to set a boundary but end up apologizing for just feeling hurt. You walk away confused, drained, blaming yourself again. In this video, you'll learn 5 tricky questions manipulators use to take control. Questions that seem harmless but slowly steal your peace. And more importantly, you'll learn how to recognize and block them without guilt. Stay until the end. The last question is the most dangerous and the one most people fall for. Let's start with the first. It might be more familiar than you think. Question 1. Why are you being so dramatic? This question may sound harmless, but it's a quiet way to take control. Picture this. Someone breaks your trust. You stay calm, no yelling, just honesty. But instead of owning what they did, they smirk and say, "Why are you being so dramatic?" Now the focus shifts. You're no longer talking about their behavior, you're defending your feelings. You start to wonder, am I overreacting? Should I have just let it go? This tactic is called emotional invalidation. It's when someone makes your real emotions seem exaggerated to avoid accountability. As psychologist Dr. Abby Medcalf explains, manipulators use this to make you feel like the problem, even when you're not. For example, you see your partner texting their ex at midnight. You ask, "What's going on?" They laugh and say, "Why are you being so dramatic?" Suddenly you feel guilty for noticing a red flag. That's not love, it's control. So how do you protect yourself? First, don't defend your feelings. Say, "I'm not reacting to nothing, I'm reacting to what happened." Then call it out. Saying I'm dramatic doesn't change what you did. Set a boundary. If we can't talk honestly, I need space. Later, ask yourself, did I start doubting what I clearly saw or felt? If so, that wasn't a real conversation, it was manipulating. According to Psychology Today, these small moments slowly wear down your confidence, but standing up for your truth isn't dramatic, it's powerful. And it's the first step to getting your voice back. Question 2. Do you even trust me? At first, it sounds like a plea for connection, but often it's a quiet trap. Something feels off, they're distant, guarding their phone, acting strange. You gently ask, "Hey, is something going on?" But instead of answering, they hit you with, "Do you even trust me?" Now you're not asking a fair question, you're defending your loyalty. You weren't trying to start a fight, you just wanted to feel safe. But somehow, you're made to feel guilty for caring. That's the power of emotional manipulation. It flips the blame, using your empathy to silence your concerns. Healthline explains this tactic as a form of guilt tripping, where the goal isn't connection but control. For example, your partner starts staying out late. You ask, "Is everything okay?" They snap, "Do you even trust me after all we've been through?" Now you feel ashamed for asking. That question doesn't bring truth, it hides it. So how do you respond? Pause and remind yourself, "I'm not attacking, I'm asking for clarity." Then say, "This isn't about trust, it's about something that feels wrong." Gently name the shift. It feels like you're using trust to avoid the real issue. If they keep dodging, set a boundary. "If we can't talk openly, I need some space." Later, reflect. Did I get an honest answer or just more confusion? Because real love doesn't punish curiosity, it welcomes it. And honest people don't make you feel wrong for asking questions. Question 3. So, what do you want me to say? At first, this question sounds open, like they care and want to listen, but often it's just a way out. You bring up something real, a broken promise, a lie, or something that left you feeling hurt. Instead of taking ownership, they reply, "So, what do you want me to say?" Suddenly, you're doing all the work. You're coaching them on how to feel, how to respond, how to care. You came for honesty, but now you're cleaning up their mess. This is called deflection. It's a way to flip blame while pretending to be reasonable. Experts say this tactic helps manipulators avoid real responsibility while making you feel like you're too much. You begin to wonder, maybe I'm expecting too much, when all you really want is to feel seen. And sometimes they'll offer a quick sorry just to move on, but there's no real change. Picture this, a close friend shares your secret behind your back. You say, "That hurt, I trusted you." They shrug and ask, "So what do you want me to say?" Suddenly you're explaining why it matters while they stay cold. So what do? First, slow down. Say, I'm not asking for a script. I'm asking for something real. Gently name it. That feels like you're avoiding the issue. If we can't be honest, I need some space. Then let the silence land. And later, ask yourself, if I always have to teach someone how to care, is this real love, or am I carrying this alone? Because real care doesn't need perfect words. It just needs to show up when it matters. If this hits something in you, you're not alone. And if this video is helping you see more clearly, hit like or share it. Someone else might need this too. Now let's move on, because the next question sounds peaceful, but it shuts you down even deeper. Question 4, can we just move on already? This might sound like they want peace, but it's really a quiet escape from responsibility. You bring up something that still hurts, a broken promise, a lie, a crack in your trust. And instead of facing it, they sigh, roll their eyes, and say, can we just move on already? That's not peace, it's pressure. It makes your pain feel like a burden. It sends the message that your hurt has an expiration date. And because the tension is exhausting, you go silent, not because you're over it, but because you're tired. Tired of explaining, tired of being the only one who still feels it. Psychologists call this emotional invalidation, making someone feel like their pain doesn't matter. Over time, it makes you feel invisible. Think of this. You lend a friend money when they're struggling. Months pass, no word. When you finally bring it up, they snap, can we just move on? This is exhausting. Now you feel guilty for expecting them to keep their word. That's how it works. Your pain becomes the problem and they avoid the truth. So what do? First, take the pressure off. Say, I'm not stuck in the past. I just want to make sure this doesn't repeat. Be clear. I do want to move forward, but skipping the hard part isn't healing. Set a boundary. Let's talk this through so we don't carry it with us. And if they push back, let's come back when we're both ready to be honest. Because here's the truth. This question isn't about moving forward. It's about making you small. You deserve real peace, not silence that pretends things are fine. Healing takes truth, and real connection means your voice is heard. Question 5. Are you really going to throw everything away over this? This one hits deep. You catch them lying and bring it up calmly, but instead of taking responsibility, they look hurt and say, are you really going to throw everything away over this? It sounds like love, but it's guilt, a way to flip the blame and avoid facing what they did. Suddenly, you feel like the one ruining everything, even though their actions broke the trust. It hurts because it triggers your fear of losing what you built together, the memories, the time, the connection. You start to wonder, am I being too harsh just for standing up for myself? Psychology Today calls this catastrophic guilt, when someone uses emotional pressure to silence you and dodge accountability. Picture this. You find a secret dating profile your partner's been hiding. You ask, what is this? They shoot back, so you're ending everything over this? Now you feel guilty for reacting to betrayal. That's the trap. Here's how to respond. Flip the script. Say, I'm not ending anything. Your choices put this at risk. Reframe what matters. Losing myself to save this isn't love. It's survival. Stay calm. You hid this, that broke trust. Let's start there. If they're ready to rebuild, honestly, that's worth exploring. If not, say, I choose peace over pretending. And protect your voice. I need time. I won't be rushed into silence. Real love takes ownership. Guilt just hides the truth. You're not the villain for wanting honesty. You're just done bleeding for a bond they didn't protect. You now have something powerful, clarity. You've seen the 5 quiet ways manipulation hides behind innocent questions. And more importantly, you've learned how to face them without shrinking, blaming yourself, or giving up your peace. That doesn't make you cold, it makes you clear. You've spent enough time doubting your gut, over-explaining your feelings, and staying silent to keep the peace. Now, it's time to trust yourself again. So the next time someone makes you feel guilty just for speaking up, pause and ask, is this real love or just a way to dodge the truth? Because real connection doesn't make you feel small, it makes space for your truth. And if this video helped you feel even a little more seen, don't stop here. Stick around. Daily, we share real tools to help you build stronger boundaries, unshakable self-worth, and the kind of peace no one can take from you. You deserve that and more. Let's keep going together.